Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Onward. So Onward is a Disney Pixar movie that stars Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, and it follows the story of these two brothers who one day find a magic stick, and this stick was left by their father, and essentially what they're supposed to do with it is cast a spell that brings their father back for 24 hours. However, when they attempt to, they end up only bringing back his legs, and because of that, they decide to go searching for the upper half of him, and it sends them on a crazy journey. So Onward was a movie I was looking forward to because it is a Disney Pixar movie, and for the most part, I have loved a lot of Pixar movies. In fact, Pixar was really where my love for movies started when I was a little kid watching Monsters, Inc. or Finding Nemo or all of the great Pixar classics. I mean, it really is probably the best animated movie company that we have. I mean, it's a good debate between Pixar or Studio Ghibli on which one is better, and honestly, I would have a hard time choosing between it. But really, Pixar did help shape my love for movies, and I was looking forward to Onward. I thought that it had an interesting premise, bringing modern day and fantasy elements and kind of combining them into one, so I was interested to see how this one would go. And I really did end up liking Onward. I know a lot of people are saying that this is a lesser Pixar movie, that it's on the tier with like The Good Dinosaur and movies like that. I honestly think that it's better than that. I don't think it's one of Pixar's best movies or anything like that, but I'd say it's about middle of the road for Pixar, and for a movie studio with such a good rep, I think that that's a very good place to be. Onward was just so much fun from start to finish. The entire time, I was really enjoying it. And it's because the animation is just fantastic, and the sense of wonder that they create, the two kind of combine to make this perfect amalgamation with just a feeling of adventure mixed with the fantasy elements. It really does feel like an animated movie that we have not really seen before. And even though the plot is pretty cliched, and we've seen plots like it before involving, you know, a dead parent and going and searching for them after something happens to say goodbye. We've seen that plot before, but it was the way that it was done that felt very creative to me in the style. And yes, the plot is very cliched, and we have seen it before, but I would say that it's still effective. I knew a lot of the beats were going to come, and there was a lot that was predictable from the start of the movie, but despite that, I still felt the emotions that the movie was trying to pull out from me. I still felt like tearing up a couple times, and whenever a movie can do that, it's definitely proof that it's effective, because the thing is, being cliche isn't a great thing. You don't necessarily want a movie to be cliche. However, you can take a cliche plot and still make a great movie out of it. And that's what they did with Onward, because they still made it emotionally effective. They made it original enough so that there was some memorable parts to it. But most importantly, they had a really strong script and really strong direction that kept on constantly pushing the movie forward. And because of that, I got wrapped up in this story and I completely forgot about my expectations. If I were to have problems with it, I mean, it's definitely not anything new story-wise, which isn't the biggest problem, but I don't know if it's necessarily the most memorable Pixar movie either. I think, you know, a year or two from now, this is a movie that a lot of people won't really remember what happened in it, and I could be a part of that. But overall, I just didn't find a whole lot of qualms with Onward. It's on digital on demand today because of all of the theaters closing because of the virus. So if you are stuck at home and maybe you have, you know, a family of four or something, this is a great thing that will keep both families and kids entertained. It really does hit that nice threshold where it's not too dark and brooding for kids, but it's also not too playful and goofy for adults. It's like right in the middle, and it's something that really all people can enjoy. So in the end, I really did end up liking Onward, and as of right now, I will say that Onward is my #1 movie of 2020. I will give Onward a 7.75 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Onward. So, what are your thoughts on this movie, or what is your favorite Disney Pixar movie? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I am Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.